Hi backgammon fans, this is Jeremy Sherr presenting the QPA. What is the QPA? Quick pip count assessment. Okay, the reason I developed that is that I do not get along, and I know many people don't at my level, with cluster counting, shifting pips, etc., etc. It takes too long, too complicated, get confused on the way, so I have tried to develop some more simple systems because I like simple and it's easy and it doesn't drain your brain during the game. So I developed the Sherr fast counting system, which you can see on the Backgammon Learning Center if you Google Sherr counting system, presented by the fantastic Phil Simborg. That was my first system. I'm pleased to see that it's got over 4K views and people are using it and enjoying it. That is great. Now let me present an even more simple, even more fast counting system that will help you in your game. I believe it helps me, and it's just quick and easy to implicate. Remember, this is an assessment of pip count and not a totally accurate count, but often that is all that is needed. So this is how it works. Here's our board, and as you know, it's divided into 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's for white, and black the opposite, other side of the board, quadrants 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's have a look at the position, because this is so easy that doesn't even need any theory or anything behind it. Position number 1, what we are going to do is start counting here. We have on the first quadrant of white, we start with counting white. We have 9 checkers. Seeing it's the first quadrant, we multiply it by 1, which gives us 9, score of 9. Now we go to the second quadrant. We see there are 3 checkers of white, and it's a second quadrant, so we multiply it by 2 and we get 6. We go to the third quadrant. We have 3 checkers here, so we multiply it by 3, third quadrant, and we have 9, and there are no white checkers in the fourth quadrant. Now we go to add that all up, and white has 9 plus 6 plus 9, altogether 24. Okay, now let's do black. So black has 9 checkers in his first quadrant, and he has 2 checkers in the second quadrant. 2 times 2 is 4. In the third quadrant, 2 checkers times 3, third quadrant, that is 6. And in the fourth quadrant, he has 2 checkers, fourth quadrant, that is 8. Let's add all of those together. For black, we have 9 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, altogether 27. Now, seeing black has 27 and white has 24, the delta, the difference between them, is 3. And we take that 3 and we multiply it by 5.5. Why 5.5? Because that's what I found from much experimentation. It's not always exactly 5.5, but that is the main number that you are going to use. So 3 times 5.5 is 16.5. And what is the score over here? It is 17. So between 16.5 and 17, a half a pip count is not going to make much difference to you. And that was as fast as it gets. Good. That was easy. Second position. And we start with white, which has 6 checkers in the first quadrant. That is 6 times 1 is 6. Second quadrant, 3 times 2 is 6. Third quadrant has 6 checkers. 6 times 3 is 18. So altogether white has 6 and 6, and 18 is 30. Okay, let's do black. Why don't you give it a go now? How many checkers in the first quadrant? Yep, that will be 7 times 1. And in the second quadrant, right, 3 checkers times 2 is 6. Third quadrant, 9. And fourth quadrant, 8. And this is part of the beauty of the system, that the third quadrant is often 3 checkers, fourth quadrant is often 2 checkers, so it gets very quick and automatic. Anyway, black has 7 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8. Altogether, that is a score of 30. White has 6 plus 6 plus 18 is also 30. Hey presto, we see that they have more or less a equal pip count. So 30 minus 30 is 0. 0 times 5.5 is still 0. And we see that the pip count difference over here is 1. So it's pretty accurate in that the race is just about even. Good. See, it's not 100% accurate. It's accurate enough as an assessment, a quick assessment. Okay, now we'll look at position 3. So let's do this real quick now, seeing you're getting good at it. It's so easy. So white, and this time I'm starting to count from the high end, just to make a difference. Some people prefer from the high end, some people from the low end. Let's start from this side, in which we have 2 checkers times 4, fourth quadrant, that's 8. Then we have 5 checkers times 3, that's 15. 3 checkers times 2, that's 6. And 5 checkers times 1, that is 5. Altogether, we have 34. Now let's look at black. And again, we're starting on the high end over here. 2 checkers times 4 is 8. 2 checkers times 3 is 6. That's over here. 5 checkers times 2 is 10. And 6 checkers times 1 is 6. Add that together and we get 30. So white has 34 and black has 30. Black is leading the race. Exactly how much? We multiply it by 5.5. That's 22. Let's look at XG's pip count. Yep, 22. So we got that on the nail. Great. Let's do another position. Position 4. This is getting so quick and easy. Hope you like it. So here we have black on, starting from the low end this time, from the home. Black is 5 plus 10. That is 5 times 2 plus 9 plus 8. You see it's pretty fixed, that 9 and that 8. Altogether 32. And now we have white. 9 in the first, 4 in the second, 9 in the third, and only 1 checker over here in the fourth quadrant, that's 4, altogether 26. Black is 32, white is 26. White is leading the race. By how much? Well, 32 minus 26 is 6. 6 times 5.5 is exactly 33. Bingo. That was nice. Now watch, I'm going to show you where it's not accurate. There, that's 33. If I move a black checker forward and I move a white checker backwards, so as to increase the race to 31, but it's the same count. You know, we're counting the same numbers. Before it was 33, now it's 31. So, okay, 2 pips difference. I don't think that will make a big difference to your game, but, you know, it depends. When you have to count accurate, when it's at the important juncture in the game, do that. Count accurate systems. But when it's just a quick pip assessment, this is quicker. Okay. Actually, you know, I told you before, sometimes I multiply by 5, sometimes by 5.5, but the rules for that need to be worked out, and I'm not sure it's worth it. All right, that was position 4A. Let's move on to another position. This is white count 7 and 10, 5 times 2, and 9, 3 times 3 is 26. Black is 6 in the first quadrant, 6 in the second quadrant, 3 times 2, 2 times 3 is 6 in the third quadrant, and over here 4 times 4 is 16 in the fourth quadrant. Altogether 34. Black is 34, white is 26. Obviously white is leading, you can see that from the board, but by how much? 34 minus 26 is 8. 8 times 5.5 is 44. Pip count XG 44. Quickest and easiest counting assessment that I know. Great. Now, of course, if we're going to shift some checkers, watch, I am going from this position over here to this position over here. So you see that we've changed the race to 39, but the count stays the same. So, like I said, if you multiplied it by 5, it would be 40. But never mind, the difference that you're going to get between 44 and 40 at this junction might not make a big difference. If you think it's an important enough junction in the game, use accurate counting. If you want your PR to go to below 5, use accurate counting all the time. When I get there, I'm going to do the same. Okay, so that's a 39 pip count. Okay, close enough. Now, the system is best in middle games, less suitable in end games, although it's interesting to see, if we look at this end game over here, that would actually be 14 plus 1 times 2, that's 16. That would be 15. So 15 minus 16 is 1, and 1 times 5.5 is 6. So that works, but if you move the checker that direction or that direction, then it would fail. It would be this is 8 and this is 3 for the same pip count, and this is where you need to be totally accurate for your Keith or Trice count or endgame counting. So I wouldn't use it here, and in certain other situations, prime versus prime, etc. maybe. But, it's more suitable for the middle game. It's also, you have to be careful where checkers are weirdly distributed near the edges. So if you look over here, this is okay. This is a typical position that might occur in a game. And here you have, white 5 plus 6 times 2, 12, plus 6 plus 8, that's 31, and black 8 plus 4 plus 9 plus 8, 29, delta 2 times 5.5, 11. But when you've got a weird distribution and, somebody's stuck against the edge, the wrong edge, in a way, then it's not going to read accurate. You see the delta here is 35. It's totally different. Here's one more example where the pip count can be less accurate. This is black 30, white 26 equals 4 times 5.5 is 22. On the left diagram, we see that is more or less accurate. But on the right diagram, if we move these two checkers to the wrong edge of the quadrant, then the pip count is less accurate. So in that way, I would not use it for a precise doubling situation or something like that. Nevertheless, you know that you have a big significant lead. But on the whole, you don't always need to be totally accurate. Sometimes you need to be fast. This is a fast assessment. It's very simple to use, very quick and easy. You'll find that you're doing an assessment in less than 10 seconds easily. If you want to be accurate, watch my fast counting system. It's also very, very simple. So, that will take your level further. That's the QPA system, folks. Any feedback, welcome. You can write to me. Ideas, take it further. Happy to give it to you to improve your game, and hope you enjoy it. That's it from me. Thank you, and bye-bye.